Why did you go the developer angle with this product, and how do you think about that?
So we started off by trying to build an endpoint solution ourselves. So we wanted to automate the interpretation of pulmonary function test data. So a pulmonary function test is a lung test. And that was interesting to us because we had personal connections to pulmonologists. And we had heard them describe the painful process, manual process of comparing results to normative values. And it all seemed like it could be automated. So being naive and foolhardy, we just tried to start doing that. We approached that problem as developers. So, okay, how do we get data? How do we build a model? What data is actually available? How is it structured? Like, what's the protocol here? Is there a specific format that it's in? And as Cody mentioned, if you start going down this rabbit hole, you quickly get caught up in this, I would describe it as a rat nest of brochureware websites that have really opaque sales processes. Everything leads back to the brochure and the schedule a call button. And it's particularly difficult for a developer to understand this complicated intersection of things that seem like they are internet standards and things that seem like they're the product of regulations. And so when you actually go to get data, even if you manage to untangle this nest and discover FHIR and discover the standards process and discover even open source software that's implementing those standards, a lot of the time that stuff is, the actual data is still institutionally gated. So if you want to do something novel, if you want to contribute to the tools available to a clinician and you're on the outside, good luck. Like, that's a really, really, really hard thing to do. And it's really hard to just build stuff. It's hard to build anything. And not to get even too picky about particular stacks, but even the language choices involved tend to reflect a much slow and maybe more nascent developer ecosystem. So then we had this kind of aha moment of, well, wait a second, what if we stopped trying to go down the rabbit hole of building a specific endpoint solution ourselves and just focused on the bigger picture problem of building the tools for people who are going to build those things, making it easy, creating a ramp basically for others to come after us and build on top of things that we found really hard to do in the first place.
Completely makes sense. I mean, the brochureware and like non-clarity.
It's always with a header image of someone with some crazy like glass only iPad, like pointing at graphs, and they're really stereotypical.